What's going on, all? Triple G here. I was just cleaning out one of my humidifiers and I thought I might as well make a video on what I do here in an arid climate in the wintertime for climate control inside the house. So one thing that's real important for us is keeping the humidity up inside the house. It keeps your nasal passages from getting all crusty and keeps your skin and everything from getting all dry, and I think it also helps to keep us from getting sick upper respiratory infections during the winter. It's pretty rare that any of us get sick, and everybody else around us seems to be, and I think I attribute this as part of the reason as to why. So this is the main humidifier that I use in the house. At this time, this is one of the earlier versions of it. It was originally made by Hunter. I think Vicks or somebody bought the design for it. This is the only one of this class that I know of. Humidifiers come in different types. There's the ultrasonic type, which is absolutely horrible. I don't recommend it for anything, for any reason, for anybody ever, because what it does is it breaks up the water into little pieces and then throws it out into the air. Those little pieces evaporate, and then any minerals or anything that's in there turns into white dust. And it's really bad for you. It gets all over your furniture, crap, stuff everywhere. Absolutely gross. Don't recommend the ultrasonic type. The other common type is the wick type, which is it's kind of similar to this, but these wicks, or they call them filters, they just sit in a pool of water, and then that draws the water up into them. The water gets evaporated, and it draws more water up into them. Problem with those is the filters, wicks, whatever you want to call them, they don't last very long because they get completely encrusted with minerals and crap. Everything that's in the water just gets deposited right on them, and then they become no good really fast, and you don't feel like replacing them, and you just end up throwing the thing out. Another type is the really inexpensive electrification type that you probably remember from when we were kids. Makes little lightning bolts in the corner, goes bzzz all night long and blasts out tons of steam. They're okay for really short-term use, but they're pretty useless for like constant 24/7 humidification. They're just like you put it in the kids' room when they're sick, and that's about it. Then there's another type that uses an impeller that spins around, and that kind of draws the water up into it and breaks it up, and I just haven't had any luck with those either. They just kind of fall apart and vibrate themselves to death, and they're noisy and just don't plain work. So anyway, this is the only kind that I would recommend for full-time use. It almost acts like a swamp cooler, if you know what that is. It sucks the water up through this impeller right here, sends it up a tube, and it then falls out of this outlet right here. This is upside down because I've been cleaning it. It's like, yay. And then that falls into this diffuser element, and then eventually onto these wicks, pads, filters. These are actually not the ones that come with it. These are ones that are made for a wick type filter, but they just happen to fit perfectly, so I use these instead. I think these work better than the ones that originally come with it. And this diffuser bit just goes right on top like that, and then the whole body of the machine shooting, put it together at the same time, goes on like yay. And then you've got the water tank that goes on there. The only thing you got to be careful with this, especially if you get real hard water like we do, we got insanely hard water here, is I empty it out and rinse it out every day when I fill up the water tank, so that helps to keep the mineral buildup on it down to a minimum. So this is they call it the Carefree with Permawick filter. I think Vicks makes it now. It did have a light on it that lit up the tank at night, but every one of these I've had, they last a couple of months and then they crap out. I bought one new. I think I paid like $50 for it, and I think it's worth it at that. But I've got like 3 other ones that I've found at yard sales or swap meets, whatever. I think I paid like $6 or $8 for them. So keep your eyes open. You can find the stuff that's a good deal. Then the other type that I use is, this is the one that we use in the bedroom at night. And it pretty much just uses a heating element in there. You can see how crusty that is with lime deposits on there. I haven't cleaned this off in a while. But pretty much uses a heating element, boils the water, and makes steam. Humidifies the air. Pretty much only use this at night. Man, is that hard on there. Holy crap. It's like a rock on the thing. Come on. Get off of there eventually. Anyway, we use this in the wintertime because we don't heat the house in the winter here. You really don't need it. The house will only get down to in the 50s at night. But we like to keep the bedroom a little bit warmer. There's a big chunk just fell off there. You can see all the crap that's in the water. Anyway, so this makes a little bit of heat as well as the humidity. And keeps the room a little warmer as well as nice and humid at night. And once again, I credit that for keeping us not sick. So, and this guy here, it's just a few parts to put it back together after you clean it. Air diffuser bit, and then there's this column that goes on top of that, like so, and then once again, water tank inverted, right like yay, and there's the whole unit. So these are the two that I use for the general house humidification, and then I've got one other process that we use for home climate control, and also fantastic energy savings, and that is on our electric dryer. In the wintertime, instead of venting it outside, we've got this water filter hose kit that I think I got this at Home Depot for like $13, $15, something like that. And it pretty much just, as it looks, vents the electric dryer exhaust right into the house, which is nice, hot, humid. You got a fan to blow it around and diffuse it so we don't get hot, humid air building up in the laundry room here. It blows it into the rest of the house. And if you turn this on in the morning, this will it'll raise the temperature of the house 3 or 4 degrees, and doesn't cost you a dime because you're going to do laundry anyway, right? In the summertime, I usually hang the laundry out, or this year I'll be using an invention of mine that hopefully I'll be debuting a little bit later in the year. But for energy savings, hey, going to be using the energy to do the laundry anyway. May as well use it to heat the house as well. Get 2 for 1 and humidify it a little bit. You can only use this if you are using an electric dryer. If you have a gas dryer, it's got to be vented outside because that's got all the products of the combustion from the burning gas in it. So kind of out of luck if you got gas. But electric, all day long. Works fantastically. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you learned a little something. Hope you can give me some feedback and teach me something. Comments, video response, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will talk to you soon. Peace. Triple G out.